Okay, I have another good idea for high schools. I don't know where the parents were when this decision was made. I should say something different. I don't know where the adults were when this decision was made, but I was substituting in some Madison schools, or in the surrounding suburbs too, and cell phones are allowed in class. Who had their head up their rear end when that decision was made? Complete negligence, okay? Complete abdication of responsibility. What an incredible disservice to kids to allow them to have their phones. First of all, I'm addicted to my cell phone, okay? So is everyone else that I know. You're gonna give a cell phone to a high schooler and expect them to have self-control? Talk about a huge distraction. Wait a minute, so then I get this one. Well, sometimes during the day, my mom or dad might text me about when they're gonna pick me up, blah, 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 blah. Really? Yeah. And I'm sure that those texts come all the time. That's something that you couldn't figure out before the day started or after school, right? Or you couldn't say, all cell phones, leave them in their lockers. Or no cell phones in the building, put them out in your car. If I see them in the building, I confiscate it and you get a monetary fine. Oh, well, what if there's an emergency and, my dad was in an accident? I would need to know immediately. Oh, really? Would you? You need to know immediately. What's you knowing going to change? Do you think, your dad gets in an accident and he's bleeding out and you've only got 5 minutes to get there before he gives his final words to you and then he dies? Really? What percentage of the time is that actually going to happen? There is no emergency. There is no emergency. I'll say it a third time. There is no emergency. If your parents need to get a hold of you, call the school. You forget your lunch? Get a hot lunch. Loan some money from the school and pay them back. Figure it out. Incredibly poor decision from the public schools. Incredibly poor, right? Students should not have cell phones on their person, not in their pocket, not in their back pocket, not in their backpack, nowhere. They should be in the car or at home. I'd say in the car so that way kids can use them after school. I was substituting for a gym class. Kids had cell phones in gym class and they were playing volleyball. What is going on? Want to know what? There's no accountability. There's no responsibility. There's no enforcement of rules for kids. It's lawlessness. It's lawless. Completely ridiculous. I'm trying to think of a situation where I would need to have my cell phone on me during the day so that when I get a text from mom or dad or something, right? I just can't think of one. They are much, much, much more of a hindrance than they are of a help. And then people say, oh, well, I use it to look at the answers for this, this practice test, or I use it for studying. Yeah, BS. That's such BS. Get a book, get a pen and paper, or go to the library and use one of the computers, or rent a laptop from the library, whatever. Okay? Absolute BS. Here's one other suggestion to parents. Take your kid's cell phone and put a program on there or something that locks the apps. So they're only allowed to use certain apps during the day. Wow. Guess what? Your kid's not going to want that on their phone. Why? Because they're screwing off all day with their stinking cell phone. And here's the kicker. Who are they screwing? They're screwing themselves, right? I bet you that the overall performance of high school students in class has decreased since cell phones have been in classes. And I bet teachers have lowered their standards because kids are not paying attention. I bet that's the case. I may be wrong, but I think that's the case. So talk to your school principals and administrators. Cell phones should not be allowed in the classroom at all. Never. Keep them out of the building. Okay. I can't even think of a circumstance when I saw a kid using their cell phone for something positive. Okay? They are by and large a distraction, and they take away from the learning experience. They take the teacher's time and energy. All this enforcement bullcrap, it's bullcrap. Get them out. Done. Let's move forward here. Okay, I know I got a little animated about that one, but thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.